Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I have invited Devashish. He has secured All India rank GATE 38 rank in Aerospace Engineering. So it's been my pleasure to invite him. So today's video will be focusing on GATE preparation, mainly related to aerospace subject.
Hello all, myself Devashish Bhalla and I am an aerospace engineering undergrad at IIST and currently I'm in my final year. So as per my background, so recently you might have seen there was a PSLV C-52 launch by ISRO. So there was one student satellite there, InspireSat-1. So I was leading the team for the satellite. So we actually went to ISRO and I was a satellite launch vehicle interface engineer. So there we actually climbed up top of the PSLV and we actually integrated the satellite to the launch vehicle. So that is one my brief overview. And I have been in aerospace sector for around 3 years now, and I am well versed with space systems. So yeah.
So Devashish, can you please explain me? So you have joined IIST. What was the motivation to write a GATE examination? So I hope after joining in IIST, you might have got very good job from their research placement. But what was the motivation to write the GATE examination?
So one of the motivation to write the GATE exam was like I was actually very fascinated with GATE since my second year, because I've seen my seniors also applying for that. So at IIST we do get a job opportunity from ISRO, but if we have GATE and we want to pursue higher education, so that was one of the major factors which actually drove me to get into this exam.
Okay. Was it because of a master's in IITs or for job perspective? I think you can apply in HAL or like related to space oriented organization PSU sector. So was it related to going for PSUs or going for MTech in IITs?
So it was majorly for MTech only, because one of my aim was higher studies. But at IIST we do have a bond, like we have to work in ISRO for at least 3 years. So
Yes.
let's say I have a good GATE score. So in future also, if I'm at ISRO and I want to pursue higher studies for next 3 years, I'll be having this GATE score valid. So that was
Okay.
one.
Okay. So then coming to your GATE preparation. So when did you start? When did you exactly start the GATE preparation? And how was your preparation, like strategy?
So it will be quite a different strategy you might be hearing today. So thing is, what my major belief is that basic thing of any exam, not only GATE exam, any exam is problem solving. So problem solving can be developed in various ways, right?
Yes.
Even if let's say you give a toddler some bottle, so over time analyzing things and things, you will try to develop that skill to open a bottle, how to open a bottle suddenly. So that comes through experimentation, right? So मेरे case में I was like from second year onwards, even second semester, so I was very involved in making RC planes and hovercrafts, water rockets. So that thing was I didn't know, but I was learning side by side through experimentation. So thing is, like, we were taught all these subjects, and since I had done those things, I had a we intuitive thing that we can actually relate what is happening. So thing is, like, in book actually हमें कोई videos तो दिखता नहीं है, right? It is just photos majorly, and you have to understand. So ultimately game is of imagination, right? So but if you have worked on it, like if you, let's say, made your own RC plane or a drone, let's say, so you worked on it, and when you read about it, you will get to know it better, and it will actually stick in your mind. It will be inherent. So like that is how I started my study at IIST. So then this corona came and we all went home, right? So there I was majorly online only involved in this satellite lab. So at IIST we have this small spacecraft payload center. So there we actually developed satellites like the InspireSat-1. And so thing is, major problem solving strategy what I learned is from experimentation. So side by side, since my classes are also going on, let's say I was in third year and classes are going on, whatever I was learning there, I was implementing also. So that
Okay.
way, it was like a better understanding for me, especially.
Okay.
And so this is the background which I set in my mind, like how I was in that duration. So ultimate thing is not that doesn't completely get you to this rank, right? You have
Yeah,
to
exactly.
work and you have to solve problems, and it is not like you will just enter gate center and just sit and give gate exam and you will get this rank.
Yeah.
So problem solving, okay, that way you will develop your mental strength, and not only in gate, like life also. If you develop that problem solving strategy, so instead of sitting and cursing of what situation you are in, you will
Yeah.
actually try to solve it, right? So
Yeah.
that strategy is there. So that one thing that does is it keeps your mind calm, even if you are tensed. It keeps your mind
Yeah.
calm. So that is one key which helps during exam. So in exam you should not panic. Once you
Yeah.
panic, it is gone.
Yeah.
So other than this one, some major things which I felt, so since I am currently pursuing my final year, I am a student only. So my experience is very different from someone who has dropped for 1 year and then given gate.
Better.
So I thought one major thing is that we are regularly in touch with subjects. So once we get out of our colleges, let's say I go for a job next year. So
Yeah.
for 1 or 2 years, I'm straight away from this subject. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a black hole, right? Then you have to
Yeah.
again sit and specially study. So that way, if we actually give it in our BTech life only, it is actually very good. And plus you are not dropping a separate year. So
Yeah.
unless there are some severe constraints, like I'll suggest not to drop a separate year. And
Okay.
so that actually leads to you're wasting 1 year of your life also.
Yeah.
So but being at college, there are some benefits too. Like one is, okay, you are regularly in touch with subjects. Second is access to teachers. So
Yeah.
one is like, okay, we can actually watch tons of YouTube lecture, right? There are a
Yeah.
lot of things available online also. But if you can actually direct approach a professor, take problem to him, just sit with him and solve it live, you will understand how he thinks, what all things he is considering to solve that particular problem. And you will try to get a brief overview of how to think. So
Yeah.
once you know how to think, you will actually get to the solution, right?
Yeah.
Solving a numerical problem, calculator everyone uses, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
know how to use a calculator, but how to think is the main question. So that thing is very beneficial during your study years. So next thing is like major challenge, I should say, we face is managing academics. So they while we are studying, this is the major question: how to prepare for gate also, and
Yeah.
then how to manage CGPA also. So what I feel is, like, till third year and like sixth semester, we are pretty equipped. So at IIST, our final year is basically we don't have any classes and all. So it's
Okay.
our final year project only. So we are kind of relaxed exam point of view, because we don't have to sit for exams in 2-3 months. So it is like
Yeah.
there is no exam, there is just a final year project,
Project.
and then Viva will be there. So so I actually, some of my friends gave gate exam in third year also, but what I felt was like I was not able to manage. I'll tell you straight away, because there were
Okay.
too much academic pressure. And so I thought I'll give it in fourth year, because this year I have like 2 months completely free after 6 semester. After 7 semester, I'm kind
Okay.
of completely free, and I have to do my project only. So I thought the best part will be to give it in this semester. And
Okay.
for that preparation thing is like, once we are studying, during study there are some books which we can refer to. If you like, shall I tell some names also? Is
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
fine?
Exactly. Yeah. 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 You can share actually.
Okay. So all right. So there are, like, I'll just tell some names. So there is one book, Aircraft Structures by Megson, and
Okay.
then J.D. Anderson is very famous for aerodynamics, and
Okay.
mechanics and thermodynamics of propulsion. And there was one more book, Aircraft Propulsion by Farokhi.
Okay.
And and for compressible flows, there was one IIT Kanpur, Rathakrishnan sir is there. So he has published one book that is
Okay.
available. And other than that, major thing is past years. So you should be very
Previous year.
thorough
Yeah.
with past year questions. Yeah. So there
Yeah.
are a lot of book available on Amazon. So
Okay.
that are having that whole past years, and plus they actually provide with you with the set of some 10 questions which they actually mock papers, sorry, they
Yeah.
prepare, and they actually give you answer key also. So like if you can so this comes at the end part majorly. So let's say at the end of seventh semester, when we start revising everything. So it's like for me it was majorly that, okay, third year only majorly any aerospace course. So complete third year, all the major courses were in that only. And
Okay.
seventh semester, we had just an overview of everything. And
Okay.
at the end of the seventh semester, if we are starting, like not starting as in like, if we are actually starting the revision part, like so
Okay.
first thing we require is notes. So notes you should actually make, even if it is online classes, I'll tell. Notes we
Yeah.
should,
It's
like, I was this benefit I had, because even in online classes, people don't generally make notes. I've seen this.
yeah.
So but I had notes, and those notes helped me a lot. So
Okay.
if you have very good notes, so revision will be very quick.
Yeah.
So once you revise, like what I did was, we can actually practice gate questions. Like you can actually sit for 3 hours and take the exam, and just get through all the what questions you missed, and what mistakes you did. So answer keys you can use, and through that you can actually analyze where you are weak, and how, like, where to invest. So if I'm
Yeah.
strong, why to waste time in that, right?
Yeah.
So like that you can actually optimize yourself. And other than that, so uh, yeah, like online
Devashish,
references were
here,
there.
just I
And
want to stop and ask one question. I think your like the preparation strategy was quite different compared to other guys. So,
Mhm.
so when I started asking you preparation strategy, you listed on different materials which you have followed. So
Mhm.
what I am trying to understand is that you didn't take any coaching from any institute particularly.
No,
So
no.
yours was like self preparation where you have followed different
Yes,
books for different courses, and then you have prepared on that. So
yes.
I think it's like completely different from other guys, because most of the GATE guys who score rank all India ranks, they follow a particular coaching center where they will be having their own separate material to follow.
Mhm.
So so at this point I want to tell the viewers is that whatever the books or material Devashish has suggested, we will list down in the description, so that if they are if they are not able to afford the institute prices or something, they can follow these materials which you have suggested. And if you are from aerospace engineering, and I think this will be a very good opportunity to go through those books and prepare for GATE examination. So yeah, you have started from seventh semester. Then I think when I think by the end of December or September, when did you actually complete your revision, whole first revision? Then you started preparing for
So
second revision, third revision.
mm, yeah. So I this thing happened pretty tricky for me. Actually, thing was, so gate was on 13th February, right? And so I told you that this InspireSat one launch was there. That launch was on 14th February.
Okay.
So for that launch, we had to go to Sriharikota, like Satish Dhawan Space
Yeah.
Center, on 6th February. So
Okay.
I like so that particular time I cannot study. But before that, so January, complete January I have, and December also I had.
Okay.
So our exams got over pretty soon. So that December part, by December end, I'll tell, like New Year Eve, I should say, or let's
Uh,
say the maximum January first week, I was like almost done with the revision. And
okay.
since like revision was very fast, because all the subjects we have like recently gone through. So all those
Okay.
things were kind of in mind, and it is pretty fast, I'll tell you. And then I actually started doing some questions like this past years and all these questions. So revision also. Okay, one revision is you just sit down and read all, like start from one note, just turn pages,
Yeah.
read, and sometimes I find myself sleeping. So not that. So once you are, revising. So what I do is like, okay, I finish one topic, revision of one topic. I'll just like take a look at least 2-3 questions of
Okay.
that part. So 2-3 questions like, and GATE major questions were direct formula applications only.
Yeah.
So 2-3 questions I take a look, so that okay, I'll tell, okay, I'm confident in this thing because I'm able to do those 2-3 questions. So okay, done, move to next part. So that way,
Okay.
you are making sure you are confident in that part. And once you are done with that, and you go back to this only question solving part, so you will find that okay, it will start coming back. It will start clicking in your head. Okay, yeah, okay, like this. But if we actually just take a book and sit and just read that book all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and and then tell, okay, now okay, everything is done, now I'll only start doing questions, that I don't follow. Like, I was more of like, we should, like, some questions at least you should do during revision, so that it will be very helpful, like, once
Yeah.
you go. Because let's say revision took a longer time, so you
Okay.
won't feel regretful that you were not able to do any question.
Yeah.
So that will actually be a good thing to do.
Yeah. Devashish, here I want to ask one question. See, after you have explained so much, what I understood is that you are more of experimentalist, where you will be doing even if you are solving a question, you will have in your mind, okay, this so and so is happening. But once we come to the competitive examination, the most important thing is that the speed and accuracy. How did you manage this? See, if you can solve one question in 1 hour, you can solve one question in 5 minutes also. So how did
Yeah.
you manage the speed and the accuracy in the examination?
So exam was a very different scenario. So
Yeah.
once you get into that hall, you realize, okay, it's really happening, it's going on. So okay, so my solving strategy was, so I started, mental ability questions are pretty simple. So
Yeah.
that actually they are mostly common only. Like,
Yeah.
there are some set of questions they tweak around with values and you can do it. So I started with mental ability. Okay, I
Okay.
finished that mental ability because those are pretty quick questions. You can do it.
Yeah.
And then comes the section wise part. So what happened was, like, I started doing questions. Whatsoever question I was, able to do it in within two minutes. I did that question. I put that value and I move forward. So next question,
Okay.
if I read, like, you will get an idea, right? If you, like, whether this question will take time or not. And
Yeah.
it's not like, see, thing is, like, precision also matters. It's not like you are just planning to do all the questions, and you end up doing many questions wrong. Instead,
Yeah.
let's say you leave 5 questions, but whatever you did was right. that
Yeah.
that is how we play. That is a trade-off. So I started doing questions. Whatever question I was able to do it in 2 or 3 minutes, I was doing it. Like,
Okay.
did. And then, like, okay, there is this marker also. We can actually mark. Like, it shows what all questions left, and green and red colors are there. So after that first iteration done, then like, with most of the questions you will be able to do it that way, because there you are keeping yourself in a deadline. Okay, 3 minutes,
Okay.
not more than that. That's
Okay.
it. So, and that deadline depends from person to person. So someone can tell, I'll only give 1 minute. So it's
Yeah.
it's like that. For me, like, 2 minutes or 3 minutes was fine. And, like, based on reading the question, you will get an idea.
Yeah.
So firstly, I went through all the questions like that, and some questions were pretty straightforward. Like,
Okay.
there were some few questions who were like, and theoretical questions are almost, you can actually just, if you know the answer, you will mark. If you don't know, you will leave, right? Like
Yeah.
that. And yeah, so beware of negative. That
Yeah.
is there, because this time in GATE, negative were very less.
Okay.
So even in integer type, I guess there was no negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is why. So, like, iteration for first you go through all this, and then you will find, okay, these few questions are there left. So, like, within first 2 hours, try to complete most of it you want, and
Okay.
last 1 hour try to leave for the questions which are taking more time. Because, like, the questions which are pretty quick, if you already do, and
Yeah.
you are right, the solution is correct, you have scored marks. So
Yeah.
whatever lengthy question is left, you're not losing marks, right? If you are spending time on it.
Yeah.
So that is how I guess we can actually attempt it.
Yeah, yeah. So for rank 38, which colleges you are aiming for in IITs, or like which college you will be applying for?
So currently I'm like going through and IIT Madras was there and IISc Bangalore was there. So like it depends on what courses they are offering. So IISc Bangalore I guess is offering an robotics more, and
Okay.
IIT Madras is also there. So like that. But thing is, there is one more thing with IISc. So since I told you in the beginning, I have signed one bond which tells me that I have to work for 3 years in
3 years.
ISRO.
Yes.
So yeah, so that bond, if I have to just go to some college, I have to break that bond. So
Okay.
that decision and all, I'm currently in the process of making. I've not taken one decision, but I'm looking for institutes what they are offering and all.
Okay, okay. I think we have covered all the questions. One last question is that if you want to suggest a GATE aspirant who is particularly in the aerospace engineering field, so can you give some like key suggestions for preparation for GATE examination 2023?
So okay, so like one thing is one aspect is problem solving, which I discussed initially. Like, and second thing is not notes formation. So you please try to make good notes. If you are when you are doing your course itself, if you make your notes that time only, you will not have to sit separately and invest time in making notes. You are actually wasting your time that way. So that is there, and do not hesitate to ask questions. To
Yeah.
anyone, and you should ask as many questions as you want, and you should there are professors who are teaching you only, and they know you, so you can actually directly interact with them, and ask as many questions as you want. Even if it is a very small question, do not hesitate to ask. So
Yeah.
people most of the time they stay silent, they don't ask whatever question they have in mind, and sometimes those they just conclude it for some assumption, and that assumption leads to some you may end up doing the question wrong. So try to be very specific, be very critical, and that's it. And stay consistent. That is what I should say. Like, if you are not consistent, you will not go anywhere. So okay, this struggle will be there in the initial days, okay, but at the end you will reap the fruit also, right? So okay,
Yeah.
step by step move up, and that is it. You will someday definitely, I'll tell you my experience, definitely you will reach, you will climb the ladder.
Yeah. I think we can conclude our session today. I really appreciate Devashish for accepting my invitation and being in our talk today. So thank you so much, and I think we can end recording.
Thank you.